Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Bortles now on first down. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
First carry now. This is Johnson. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches. An early test for this defense. Here we go on third and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
A good explosive run there sets them up with a new set of downs, and every team wants to start their game with a really nice drive. 3 and out. No one wants to see that, and they were able to avoid it after that run.
A first down carry here for Johnson. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I know from an offensive perspective, you want every play to be a big play. But sometimes the defense actually wins, and they did there on that draw play. Good job by the runner just taking care of the football because he didn't want to compound a bad play by turning it over.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, the Jags send out Brad Nortman to punt. Third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And tough starting field position here. First carry for Matt Forte. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Back to throw now. It is open, and he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie. The first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Try again with the arm here on second down. Going deep now for Decker. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
On second down, Johnson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
And able to find Green. 18 yards there and a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. They go to Johnson again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will give them a 12-point lead. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out now come the Jets. They come out here in the eye. They start on the ground with Forte. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about...
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for their offensive guys.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56 now. Detroit.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Decker that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
There no shyness there pushing the ball downfield, but I like the coverage on the play in good position. And when you have a 50-50 ball, who's going to come down with it? I like the way they made the play, came across, and knocked it away.
That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that. Super toe.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Finding time. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Underneath for Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 2nd down.
So that last play called back after the penalty, 2nd and long here. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Bortles now on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 10 yards still left on second down. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Bortles will try again on second down. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Throwing on first down is Bortles. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stick.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Martellus Bennett, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so, because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone, gone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're...
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return, where they didn't create a penalty?
Now, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get them right to quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
It's his target, the tight end, Will Tye. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. Surveying the field. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one is incomplete.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
They'll run the option left. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 8 yards there helps, but they're still stuck now. 3rd and long coming up. 3rd down now following the run.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Martellus Bennett, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and the Jets take possession. And here comes the Jags defense as they get back out there.
And now Big Mo's wearing a shirt of their color. They're hoping to continue that momentum in their direction with maybe another pick.
Who's Big Mo? He's momentum, right?
Momentum. And right now, he's hugging them.
Forte, the lone running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Hey. Let's go. Blue line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
All right, here we go. No, check, Patriot.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got time in the pocket. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
No, check, Patriot. All right, here we go. Detroit.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Forced out to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Blue 90. Dash, go now. Watch it now, Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A dump off to Forte. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Green 39. Green 39.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
That'll go as a loss of 5. They'll come out in the pistol. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
Getting late in the 4th now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
Again, it's Johnson. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And now out come the Jets. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Illegal touching, offense.
It's a big play that time by the Jets. 44 yards. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
All right, here we go. Now, Barney.
On 2nd down, Forte. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Back to throw here. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And now out come the Jags. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here we go. Green, 90.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you